All right, grade 7-8. This is going to be our second attempt now at recording this video. We are going to be learning about translations today. In earlier grades, this would have been called a slide. So we're going to look at some translation rules for grade 7. And in grade 8, we're going to learn about what translation vectors are. It's just another way of showing the translation rules. So here we have our first question. It says, which is the image and which is the pre-image? So the pre-image is the triangle that has just the capital letters with none of those apostrophes. In math, we call those primes. So the pre-image is over here on the left, and our image is over here on the right. Okay, so what is the translation vector? Well, for this one, we're moving that triangle 4 spaces to the right and 1 space up. So that would be the grade 7 translation rule. But in grade 8, we're going to use something called a translation vector. So we use square brackets for that. Make sure they're not curved. They should be square for this. And the first number is always left or right. That's the x axis. And we're going to the right 4 spaces, so that's going to be positive 4. And then the second value is the y value, and that's going to tell us where we're going on the y-axis. Positive would be going up, and negative is going down. We're going up 1, so it'd be positive 1. The next one here says, what is the translation vector? Again, if we look at our pre-image and image, here is our pre-image, because they don't have primes beside them. And then our image is down here, so it's been moved down, and it actually hasn't been moved right or left at all. So for grade 7, we would say move 0 spaces right or left and move 6 spaces down. For grade 8, we'd use the square brackets for the translation vector, and the answer would be 0, -6. Make sure you always use a comma in between your coordinates, and again, these are translation vectors, so we use square brackets. Another question here, what is the translation vector for this image? So again, we find our pre-image. Our pre-image is over here on the right this time, and we've moved it to the left and down a little bit. So if we look at how many spaces we moved it to the left, grade 7, we would say we've moved this shape 5 spaces to the left and 1 space down. For grade 8, that would be a translation vector of -5, -1. All right, this question is going to be a little bit different. It says, translate the triangle ABC 3 units to the left and 2 units up. Or in grade 8, we would say that's -3, +2 for a translation vector. Okay, so I've done that up here with my coordinates, A prime, B prime, and C prime. And then I just have to name the coordinates down below. So A prime is now -2, +1. B prime is +1, +2. And C prime is 0, -2. One more question here to work through together. This one says, determine the coordinates of the image of triangle ABC after the translation -3, +5. So without actually drawing these on the Cartesian coordinate system, we're going to figure these out using integer operations. So the highlighted coordinates there, and coordinates have curved brackets instead of square brackets, are highlighted there. So A is 0, +2, B is 5, 0, and C is -2, -4. That's on our, right here, that's on our Cartesian coordinate system. And we're going to use these integer operations. So we're going to subtract 3 from the x value and add 5 for the y value, and that's what you see right here. So A prime would then be -3, +7. For B, we're going to take away 3 from 5, and then we're going to add 5 to 0. And that's going to give us a B prime coordinate of +2, +5. For C, we're going to subtract 3 from -2, which means we're going to go more into the negative. And then we're going to add 5 to -4, which means we're going to cancel out those negatives and actually end up in the positives. And our answer ends up being C prime is -5, +1. So if we drew that on the Cartesian coordinate plane here, it would be the exact same triangle. It would just be moved to the left 3 spaces and down 5 spaces. So There are some practice questions for grade 7-8 students to work on today and complete for tomorrow. Mr. Roofer and I will be in our meetings to help you with these all the way through. But this is the grade 7 pages, the first two. And then these are the grade 8 pages. Okay. Again, we will be there to help you. Good luck, and we'll see you in our meetings today.